family, friends, next of kin. Summon a spirit from the mansion. Ghoulies travel from near and far, all invited to reside in a jar.
Welcome, foolish mortals. This is a very spooky time of the year for all, and here at Big Beautiful Disney, we are celebrating Halloween by going over the history of the Haunted Mansion. The Haunted Mansion is a dark ride at Disneyland, Disney World, and Tokyo Disneyland. It's extra spooky because it's packed with ghosts and spirits. The idea for Haunted Mansion was originally supposed to be a walk-through attraction. Like classic haunted houses, it would have strange creatures and illusions. When Disneyland was eventually moved to the permanent home, so did the Haunted Mansion idea. Construction began on the mountain in 1962. But the building sat empty for 2 years for the Imagineers to work on attractions for the New York World's Fair, which Haunted Mansion did have a preview for at the fair. In 1966, tragedy struck the Walt Disney Company, and Walt Disney passed away. The Disney Company took a huge blow from this, of course. The attraction would open in 1969 and was an immediate success. Some of the effects in the mansion were not a success, though. One of the most famous ones being the Hatbox Ghost effect. The Hatbox Ghost is a ghost in the mansion that can make his head disappear and reappear in the hat he was holding. Unfortunately, this effect was quickly decommissioned due to the light in the attic that didn't allow the ghost face from fully disappearing. But the Haunted Mansion would grow to have a cult-like following and be a legendary Disney attraction. The attraction is very good. I go on it every trip, and it's always great. When Disney World was being built, Haunted Mansion was being built as well, to later become an opening day attraction. In Disneyland, the Haunted Mansion is located in New Orleans Square, and looks like a Louisiana mansion. In Disney World, New Orleans Square never existed. So instead of New Orleans Square, they put it in Liberty Square, and it was designed to look like a mid-1700s mansion. There's one more Haunted Mansion in the world, and that's in Tokyo Disneyland. This one looks almost identical to Disney World's, but isn't in Liberty Square because it wouldn't make any sense for a Liberty Square in Tokyo, since that's outside of the United States. The ride itself is unique to each park. The Disneyland version is different to the Disney World because it has the Hatbox Ghost. The Tokyo Disneyland version is different because it's newer. The ride's story is exactly the same in each version. The mansion is owned by Master Gracey and is named after an Imagineer, Yale Gracey. Master Gracey was in love with a girl named Emily. Madame Leota was also in love with Gracey, so she killed Emily. Out of depression, Master Gracey hung himself. Madame Leota awakes the 999 ghosts that haunt the Haunted Mansion when you are visiting the mansion. The other story was introduced in 2006. The story goes that Constance Hatchaway is the bride to many wealthy men. She killed each of them to get their wealth. She is one of the 999 happy haunts now and can be seen in the attic. Disneyland Paris also have a version of the Haunted Mansion that is completely different. This version is called Phantom Manor, and is tied to the Big Thunder Mountain in Disneyland Paris. The other closely related ride to the Haunted Mansion is Mystic Manor. Mystic Manor is in Hong Kong Disneyland, and has to be one of the best attractions ever. It has ties to the Society of Explorers and Adventurers. The Society is a band of explorers and adventurers that own different attractions from different Disney parks all around the world. Haunted Mansion has had different updates throughout the years, but it also has one overlay every year. The Haunted Mansion is re-themed every year to the Nightmare Before Christmas. The tradition first began in 2001 and has happened every year since. Maybe not last year though. Animatronic Oogie Boogie, Jack Skellington, Sally and Zero are in the attraction. The story is changed when the holidays are around. Jack Skellington and the residents of Halloween Town found the Haunted Mansion and decided to spread cheer to the 999 happy haunts. The mansion itself is decorated. Even the attraction signs changed too. This overlay is also present in Tokyo Disneyland, but hasn't been added to Walt Disney World yet. Please add it to Walt Disney World. In 2003, the Haunted Mansion got some attention from Hollywood, and a Haunted Mansion movie was made. Eddie Murphy stars in it, and he's a realtor that tries to sell the mansion, but then he doesn't realize it's haunted. And it's not that good. It's on Disney Plus, and if you haven't seen it, good. I don't really recommend it. One time I went on It Came From Disney Plus podcast and reviewed it with my friend Brendan, so go check that out. Link is in the description. Disney is in the works of making a new Haunted Mansion movie. It doesn't have Eddie Murphy, but it does star Owen Wilson and Danny DeVito. Starting in 2015, Haunted Mansion in Disneyland started to get some refurbishments. First, the Hatbox Ghost returned as part of the Disneyland 60th anniversary. Very happy. Hatbox Ghost is one of my favorite ghosts. In 2021, when Disneyland reopened after their closure due to the pandemic, Haunted Mansion had a little refurb. Disney added back some paintings in the queue, and some new things were added to the pet cemetery. In the ride, little nods to Imagineers were added. And just recently, on October 8th, 2021, the Muppets released a Halloween special with the Haunted Mansion as the thing they were portraying. It's called Muppets Haunted Mansion. It's on Disney Plus. I like it a lot. I thought it was very good and very faithful to the ride. And plus, it had a cameo as Fozzie as the Hatbox Ghost. And I mentioned before, Hatbox Ghost is my favorite, so very good. So that is the story of the Haunted Mansion. And it's a quick video because there's so much with the Haunted Mansion. I could easily do an hour-long video going into just the backstory itself. But what I didn't mention in the history that I wanted to talk about now is that when they added updates in the 2021 version, they actually added a tribute to Rolly Crump, even though he's not dead. But Rolly is a Disney legend. I'm not sure if he's actually inducted into the Disney legend, but he is definitely a Disney legend. He wrote a book, and he was very involved in the Haunted Mansion making, specifically, because he would make weird, not that that's a bad thing, like sculptures almost, and then bring them to Walt, and Walt would decide if that would go in the Haunted Mansion or not, and most of them were going to, but when, it was changed, the idea was changed, and it just became a ride. And also, if you want more detail about the Haunted Mansion history, there is a Behind the Attraction episode on it, even though I don't really like Behind the Attraction very much on Disney Plus. I don't like it all that much. And, the first part I didn't like. The first part of episodes I didn't really like, but the Haunted Mansion episode is pretty good and gives a lot more detail because they have a lot more time. And also, one last thing, I was just having a discussion about this with somebody, and we were talking about, in 100 years, what Walt Disney World rides will be there. And we were going over, like, Peter Pan's Flight. We were going over, all of the attractions in Haunted Mansion, we were going over all the attractions in Disney World. And when we got to Haunted Mansion, it was a quick yes. It would be there. Because they can either update it. They can always update it. I mean, Disneyland, if they would have so many updates and renovations with just Disneyland stuff that they could bring over. Not to mention that Imagineers are some of the most creative people on the planet. And what they can do is endless, even though the potential is being wasted right now. So, the Haunted Mansion's future is definitely bright. I'm looking forward to the movie. And the past is incredible. And there's a reason that the Haunted Mansion is as big of a Disney attraction as it is. Yeah, so I'm happy that I get to do this ride finally, and happy Halloween to everyone. I hope you have a good time trick-or-treating and being spooked. and everything like that. And I'm not going to do the scary outro like I did in the alien encounter video, even though this would be a very good video to do a scary outro. I don't like the scary stuff anymore. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, leave a like down below and consider subscribing. It would make me a very happy man. And with that, I will see you in the next one. Have a magical day, everybody.